Hello everyone, I'm DW and welcome back to Orcs Must Die. This time around we're introduced to the Weavers, which are essentially like a passive upgrade tree that we can spec into for each level. We'll get into them in a little bit. First we have a lovely cutscene.
I was a lousy teacher, but he was the worst kind of student. Dim-witted, foolish, and too stubborn to focus on the fundamentals. That's why the Order paired us up. They sent their best and brightest to learn from other, more patient war mages. I got the bottom of the barrel. The joke's on them. Those brilliant young minds are dead, along with most of their masters. Slaughtered, trying to defend the rifts. The world is still doomed, of course. There aren't enough war mages left now. Though I laugh if the last one left standing is him.
Aha! I've made contact with the Order's Weavers on the far side of the rift. The Weavers have read all the old books. They should be able to hook me up with magic goodies.
So we're going to press V to open up our Weaver screen. And you can see here we have 2 Weavers available to us right now. Eventually we will get a third. We have the Steel Weaver, which focuses more on upgrading your Guardians and your traps. As you can see here with our Jagged Steel and our overclocked springs or overcoiled springs or whatever they're called. Then we have the Elemental Weaver, who is mainly focused on upgrading the War Mage's abilities. I don't really use the Elemental Weaver too much. There's a couple levels where I find her abilities useful, but generally I am all about the Steel Weaver. You'll see why with the very first upgrade.
I have so many things to show you.
Death Augmentator. Traps and Guardians earn 66% more coin. This is wonderful. More coin means more traps. So now we have our spellbook. You might notice that we have a new enemy up there. We have the Gnoll Hunter. These guys will basically run after the War Mage and Guardians until they're dead. They don't run into the rift. So let's take our loadout. We're going to take the Wind Belt. We're going to take Archers. Now I'm going to be using a really bizarre strategy here. We're going to take Boom Barrels. We're going to be taking the Steam Trap, believe it or not. We're going to take Arrow Walls, and then these last 2 spots we're not going to use, but we'll just add the Shock Zapper and the Mono Wall just for flavor. Because maybe I was going to use them, but no, I didn't use them. So yeah, this level is kind of a classic level. It does appear in Orcs Must Die 2 as a classic stage. We basically have 2 paths up here. We have an upper path, and then we have a lower path. It's not quite symmetrical, but it's sort of symmetrical. You can see that the upper path has stairs where the lower path does not. You can see the lava here, which we'll be throwing guys into. And right now we're going to set up some archers along the opposite side of that lava pit because they will shoot at both guys coming through the top and the bottom. So yeah, the strategy that I'm going to be using on this level is really just for fun. It is not exactly efficient, but it'll get the job done. We're just going to spend all of our money on archers, at least for the time being. I want to try to get these archers in a more of a checkerboard pattern, mainly because it makes dealing with gnolls a little easier. Right now we don't have the preferred way that I like to deal with gnolls, but we'll get to gnolls in a couple of waves. First we just have this wave of just typical orcs, and you might notice that any orcs that are killed by the archers give me 25 coin, where when I kill them they only give me 15. So we want to try to weaken the orcs without killing them, and then get the archers to kill them so that we can get more coin. Because more coin means more traps. Now interestingly enough, it doesn't seem like the Death Augmentator affects kobolds. I don't know why. Anyway, we got just enough to place 3 archers up here, and we're going to be doing that. Now the thing that's really annoying about this top lane here are these steps. These steps will block archers' shots, they'll block your crossbow shots, and they're just all around annoying. see that I don't know what is up with that archer's targeting while he's just shooting me in the butt. Oh well. So the wind belt's great on this level, since you can just chuck guys pretty easily into traps over there. Push walls are also pretty good on this level, and spring traps work fairly well too. Or not spring traps. I'm sorry. Steam traps actually work fairly well on this level in combination with our arrow walls, and if we had push walls, they'd work great too. So you can see already we got an archer down. That's okay. We'll get another. Do we get another one? No. Instead, we're going to get more Guardian health.
Very well.
I think that gives them more health, and then they regenerate when they're not being hurt. So, I'm not sure if you heard that wolf sound, but that means that there's a gnoll, and we're just going to. Fortunately, we can just throw them around with. There's that howl. We can just throw them around with the window. Even pick them up and just drop them. That's great on this level. You can't really do that on every single level that gnolls appear on, but eventually we're going to eventually we'll unlock something that is super good for dealing with gnolls. And you can see there I used the alt attack on the wind belt to pick up some coins. Now we're getting Burning Pitch.
I like that.
The tooltip says that it gives the archers another combo point, but I believe it also deals more damage. So now we're going to set up some steam traps. The steam traps are pretty awful in this game. They're a lot better in the second game, but in this game, they're pretty terrible. Basically what they do is they will temporarily lift guys into the air. They have a relatively long reset. They don't lift them up very high. They work in combination, like if you lay them down in a row, which I actually won't be doing in this level, but if you lay them in a row and they get set off at different times, they'll keep guys in the air. And they're actually a pretty good combination with archers, since the archers will still shoot them while they're floating in the air. And also, it helps, get past this annoying bit about the stairs. And you can see that the Burning Pitch will actually set guys on fire. Although I want to say it doesn't deal fire damage, because later there are enemies that are immune to fire damage, but the archers will still damage them, so I don't know. Anyway, eventually we want to get those overclock springs because we have ogres coming in on the last wave, and with that overcoiled spring, rather, the steam traps will affect ogres, and that is great. Unfortunately, your wind belt won't, but ogres, they're going to be a problem for us for basically until we get the ice amulet. You have to like the ragdoll that the steam traps do cause. Anyway, we're gonna get the.
You'll be back.
No, I do not get it yet, because next wave is just is a really bizarre wave. So we're just going to get a ton of archers up, and by ton I mean we're going to get 2 more. So the first part of this wave is just kobolds. We're gonna get kobolds on both lanes, starting with this top lane, and now you can see they're coming down through the bottom. And now watch my coins. For whatever reason, killing all those kobolds gives us 3,000 coins. So we're going to use that to get the overcoiled springs, and then we're going to beef out our steam trap setting a bit. Now you heard a gnoll, and unfortunately the steam trap lifted him up, and I did not realize that he wasn't blown off to into the lava. We do not have that problem on this bottom gnoll though. But unfortunately, that gnoll is going to kill some of our archers. And the annoying thing about gnoll hunters is that they apply a slow effect onto you. So basically, you know, they slow your movement speed. But it doesn't matter if archers go down because we have a break wave. So we're going to finish our little checkerboard pattern here. I don't really know why I went with the checkerboard pattern. It doesn't really, I don't think it really matters at all, but I guess it's just visually appealing. Right now we're going to set down a couple of boom barrels. I haven't really been using boom barrels yet, and I probably should have because they are pretty great. And generally you don't want to use them in the way that I'm using them here. You really want to place them and then immediately shoot them. So you basically want to place them in the middle of a group of guys and then shoot them instead of placing them before. And right now, you might notice the 2 yellow dots on the mini-map, and I was trying to grab them with the wind belt because those are coins. Now, unfortunately, I believe that archer that is down is going to be down for the rest of the level. But it's okay. Now, there's another one in there, but you can't really see it. You can just barely see it over there, and I didn't notice it. So, ah well. Now we're going to set up some arrow walls. Now, you notice that I set them all like one space off the ground here. That's basically because the spring traps will lift them into the arrow walls, and then the arrow walls will knock them into the lava. At least that's the plan. It doesn't work perfectly, but when it works, it's pretty cool. So again, I'm trying to grab that damn coin. It's somewhere over in that left corner there. Not really too worried about these kobolds. You let this one run right by me as I place down some more archers over there. Now we're on the last wave. Now, this last wave, spoilers, it doesn't go so well, but we get 5 skulls, and that's the important thing. So we have these two ogres that are coming in. We have one coming through the bottom here, and then we have another coming over the top, and we have gnolls. They're slowed down significantly by the steam traps, but they're still like, you know, the steam traps don't deal any damage, and ogres have a lot of health. So our archers are going to fall. And you might notice on the mini-map that we're actually leaking. There is a runner that's getting through. Is there a runner? There's a guy coming through. It's an archer. So we do have runners coming through. You can see sometimes kobolds drop coins, which is nice. And it looks like coins give 100. So this is how you have to use boom barrels. Place it, then you shoot it. In the next level, I will use that quite a bit. That was very close. That runner almost got through, but there we go. So, I've actually done that same strategy better in test recordings. Whatever, of course they've done it better in test recordings. It's always done better in the test recording, right? There's obviously much more efficient, much better strategies, but you know, the thread wanted to see something a bit more interesting, so why not give the thread what it wants? Anyway, we got 5 skulls, and that's all that matters. We also have enough skulls to maybe buy some upgrades. We have 13. Contemplated maybe buying an upgrade to the steam trap, right? No. They're just cheaper. Could buy the spike trap, but nah, I think we'll just save our skulls for now. Anyway, I've been DW. Thank you for watching.